Walk into a severely messy home, and your brain immediately jumps to one word: lazy. We think, how hard is it to just pick up a trash bag and start? But what if I told you that chronic clutter has almost nothing to do with laziness, and everything to do with a nervous system that is completely overwhelmed? We're raised in a society that links a spotless house to a successful life. So, when someone lives in chaos, piles of mail on the counter, laundry that's been sitting in a basket for 3 full weeks, we naturally judge them. We assume they simply don't care. But behavioral psychologists tell a completely different story. They see a physical manifestation of an internal battle. Let's talk about something called executive dysfunction. Imagine the frontal lobe of your brain as the air traffic controller of your life. It looks at a messy kitchen, breaks the job down into small steps, and guides you to land the plane safely. But for people dealing with clinical depression, chronic anxiety, extreme burnout, or ADHD, that air traffic controller is essentially asleep at the desk. When they look at a sink full of dishes, they don't just see dishes. They see an impossible mountain of micro-decisions. Which plate do I wash first? Where do I put the drying rack? I need to buy more soap, but I have to check my bank account first. The cognitive load is so intensely heavy that the brain initiates a freeze response. It's not that they don't want to clean. It's that they literally, neurologically, don't know how to start. It feels like trying to run a marathon with a broken leg. Then, there's the strange paradox of perfectionism. You wouldn't expect a perfectionist to live in a mess, right? But the all-or-nothing mindset is a massive psychological trap. Subconsciously, they tell themselves, if I can't deep clean the entire apartment perfectly, organize the closet, and mop the floors all at once, what's the point? Since they are already exhausted and never have the energy for a 10-hour deep clean, they never do the 10-minute quick tidy. The mess just compounds day after day. And let's not ignore the cycle of shame. Living in a mess creates a deep, quiet guilt. You wake up, look around, and immediately feel bad about yourself. But here is the cruel irony. That guilt drains the exact emotional energy required to actually clean the room. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of exhaustion. The worse the room gets, the worse you feel, and the less energy you have to fix it. So, the next time you see a home that looks completely out of control, whether it's yours or a friend's, drop the judgment. That clutter isn't a character flaw. It's a loud, physical distress signal from a mind that is carrying far too much weight. Healing the space doesn't begin with a sponge and a trash bag. It begins with empathy and letting go of the shame. If this perspective shifted the way you view clutter, hit that subscribe button. We explore the real psychology behind everyday human behavior here. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.